Welcome back guys, Prashant here from Make Marketer, and in this video we would learn about troubleshooting Facebook campaigns. Now when you come to troubleshooting Facebook campaigns, there are certain things that you should understand, right? No, so most of the people who create campaigns and once they have enough data, so what they want to do is they want to improve the performance of this campaigns. So first thing you have to know is you can improve the performance of campaigns once you have some data to work with. So if you really get to a point where you think you have to optimize the performance of campaigns, you have to give it a little time. The first thing is I would recommend you to run your ads for a week or 10 days so that you'll have enough data, right? So think like this: first your job is to get data, and then our job is to work on that data to improve the performance of our campaigns. So just because you launch your campaigns doesn't mean you're running campaigns because you have to get high results. No, you're running campaigns in the first place so that you'll have some data, and then once you have that data, you will look at that data and see what's working, what's not working. In a way, you'll optimize your campaign. So optimization of the campaigns comes next after you have the data that you want to work with, right? Now, so a lot of people, when they launch their campaigns, so there are certain things they have in mind. So I want to speak on those topics. Troubleshooting Facebook's ads performance. The first thing is what to do when your campaigns are not working, right? Second one, what to do when you're not getting impressions. Third one is what to do when you're getting impressions but not getting clicks. Fourth one, the most important of all, is you're getting impressions, you're getting clicks, but you're not getting conversions. Again, this is going to affect the business bottom line. You want people to convert on your site, and that will happen when people eventually land up on your site. So right, so certain things that you have to understand before you get them straight. So let's discuss the first point: what to do when your campaign is not working, right? So first, my suggestion will be, when your campaign is not working, check, are your ads disapproved? Disapproved. If your ads are disapproved, definitely ads will not run. And ad disapproval, there might be several reasons. Maybe text is too much text, or too much text. I will write too much text, or maybe your billing failed, or maybe your audience reach is too narrow, right? Right. So if your ads are disapproved, just go and check your ads and make changes, and Facebook will approve your ads. Second one, billing. Sometimes you use credit card and your card is declined, and in that case your ads will stop again. So it is time that you go and fix those billing issues. And third one is, Prashant, I've created a campaign and I'm targeting certain set of audience, but these set of audience are very, very narrow, right? Now, if you're using the core audiences that Facebook gives you, by default they're huge, so you'll have good reach. But if you're targeting an audience based on custom audience, for example, if you're targeting which is custom audience, and that custom audience is very, very narrow, and that means the reach is too low, right? So in that case also you'll have no reach, and your ad might not serve. So these are certain things that you have to keep in mind to get impressions. First you should get impressions, and that will happen when you're targeting audiences which is large. But if you're targeting too narrow audience, again, that's one problem. Prashant, I'm targeting an audience, the good number of people in the audience, but still I'm not getting impressions. So it's time that you increase your bid. It's time to increase your bids. For example, if you're running a traffic campaign, and you put like maybe $1 for each click, so, and your ads were not running at all. So firstly, give it time, like 5-6 days still not happening, then I would recommend you to increase your bid by another $1. So at least this, just to ensure that everything is right, but because of my bidding, right, I'm missing out on that important real estate, or I'm missing out on that ads not being served to right people, right? So again, bidding is very, very important. So first, make sure that your bidding is right, your ads are not disapproved. Now again, when I talk about this part, you have too much of text. Sometimes ads get approved and later they get disapproved. It happened a lot of times with me. Today the ads get approved and run for one day, and tomorrow suddenly I get a message, your ads are rejected by Facebook. So again, keep a track. Now second thing, if you have too much text, Facebook directly says on the help center, if you have too much text, ads will be approved, and but Facebook reduces the reach of your ads and also increases the cost. So one good hack that you must know is keep text which is 20%, right? That's a Facebook protocol. Whenever you're promoting any ad, you make sure that your text on that image is not beyond 20%. If it is beyond 20% also, Facebook might approve your ad, but Facebook really tells this. If you have this text more than 20% on your ad, we will decrease your reach and increase your cost. So when this happens, you're targeting certain set of audiences. Your audience is again large, but Facebook is going to narrow down because you have this violation that you have too much of text. So always make sure that your text is within 20% or less than 20%, and your bits are also high. So remember guys, make sure your ads are not disapproved. If they're approved, check if your text is too much. If it is too much, then again there's this problem, and there might be certain reasons like your billing is failed, your card is declined. That's when your ads were stopped. Audience is too narrow, right? If you're targeting core audiences that Facebook gives you, they obviously have big audiences. But if you're targeting custom audiences like the audience that you've created, and in that case, if it is too narrow, then your reach will be too low. And in that case, what you can do is you can increase your bits. So you see here, you have metrics 4,000. Prashant, my reach is only 100 people. So what do I do? So in that case, I would appreciate if you can go and add new targeting method, or maybe you're targeting very narrow audience, so you can increase your pitch. So even though you're targeting narrow audience, it does not mean Facebook will not serve your ads. Facebook has to serve your ads, right? But your bid is too less that you're losing out on competition with your competitors. The first thing is make sure that you fix this, and once this is perfect, then you can move to the next question, which is, Prashant, everything is perfect, but still I'm not getting impressions. So let's try and figure out what to do when you're getting everything is looking fine, but you're not getting impressions. Right. So when you come here, what to do when you're not getting impressions? Let's see. If I come to my campaign, my reach is very, very less. My reach is very, very less. Prashant, my audience is right, but I'm not getting too much of reach. So I told you to increase your bits and make sure that everything is perfect. But still, you're not getting impressions. It happens a lot of times with advertisers running Google ads as well. Prashant, everything is right, but still I'm not getting impressions, right? So you first have to fix this. So what generally happens in Google ads when you're not getting impressions is they recommend you to create a new campaign again. It happened with me. One of my display campaigns, suddenly, all of a sudden, I used to get a lot of impressions, but suddenly, my ads were stopped. Right. So when I checked everything was perfect. But when I contacted Google told me to forget about that campaign, just pause that campaign and create a new campaign. So here also, if something is wrong, everything is perfect, but something is wrong from Facebook side, right? I'm not getting impressions. My audience is also large enough. My bidding is also good enough, but still I'm not getting impressions. So in that case, what you can do is you can go and duplicate the campaign. So what you do, go select the campaign. You see, one moment. For example, I take this, click on this, select the campaign, and then click on duplicate. When you click on duplicate, this option will appear. So you can simply select, select this and click on duplicate. So what you can do is the same campaign that you have, everything is perfect. It is just a time that you're duplicating a campaign, and when you duplicate the campaign, the algorithm kind of starts afresh, and this time your ads may serve. So a lot of times it happens, everything is perfect, but ads are still not running. So this time that you go and duplicate your ads again, duplicate your entire campaign or duplicate your ad set, and this will solve your problem, right? So now after this, you come back to the third question. First, I would say, check everything is bidding is perfect, right? Audience is not narrow, right? And still your ad's not running. So in that case, what you can do is everything is perfect. You have to check about all these things, right? If everything is perfect, still not getting impression, then it's time that you go and duplicate your. These are problems that most of the advertisers or Facebook marketers face when they're creating campaigns for the first time, right? Even if you're very much experienced, at times your campaigns suddenly run and then suddenly stop, right? So in that case, it's time that you go and duplicate your campaigns. But I want to add one more point here. If your campaigns are running well, but suddenly one day your ad stopped, and then after that day your ads never served, so what you can do is there's one important metric that I would want to show you, and that metric is called, right? You come to the ad set, you have this metric called last significant edit, right? So there might be something called last significant edit. So go check last edit column as well. Why? This column will keep a track of the changes that were made to the ad set that resulted in stopping or impressions getting dropped, right? So first you make sure that everything is perfect, and then you come here and still not getting impressions, then I would appreciate you go and create your ad sets again. I mean, not create it fresh, just duplicate it, right? And if you're still not sure and you think, Prashant, everything was working fine, but still suddenly one day it dropped, so you can go and check the last significant edit column, and you find it here. If you don't find this column, what you can do is, if you come back to the end, you have a small plus option here. Here is something that you can go and customize your columns. You click here and then you go and add this column, right? If I type in edit here, it will show me last significant. It's already added, right? But remember, this last significant edit, you only find it in the ad set. You will not find it in the campaigns, right? If you go to campaigns and you try and check that, you will not find it here, because you'll only find it in the ad set, or you find it in the ads. You go to ads also, you will find the last significant edit, right? Now, third one, what do you do when you're getting impressions but still not getting clicks? First one we discussed, what should I do in the first place? You just go and check these things. Prashant, everything is perfect, still not getting impressions. Maybe you can go and check these things. Prashant, my ads are appearing, but I'm not getting clicks. Here it means your ads are getting impressions. That means your ads are served, but your ads are not attracting clicks, right? This is universal. No matter whichever marketing platform you go, if you go to Quora ads, you go to LinkedIn ads, you go to Google ads, or you run your ads on YouTube, right? At the end of it, this is applicable to any business, right? So your ads are appearing, or your ads are getting served, that means getting impressions, but your ads are not attracting clicks. If your ads not attracting clicks, then you blame your ad generally, right? You blame your ad. That means the reasons could be your ad text is not right. That means people are not, people are seeing the ad, but your ad text is not right, which is not resonating with your audience. So let me use one word here. So I say maybe your ad is not resonating with your audience, right? If Prashant, so what you do, you just go and change the ad text. So most often when you change your ad text, it should work. But Prashant, I changed the ad text, but still it's not working. Then it's time that you do something else. So, but for now, what I'll do is change the ad text. So what you do here is create a new ad with a new ad text and see if this attracts clicks. If yes, then your text was not so good to convince the user to click. Perfect, right? No, Prashant, I changed the ad text, but nothing seems to change. Then I recommend you to change the creative completely. So what we do is, when we run our Facebook campaigns, we kind of create 2-3 ads, right? So 2-3 ads with the same copy, but the design is different, and 2-3 copies where the entire creative is different, right? We come across in a different way, right? So here it is not changing the ad text, right? Change the ad creative completely. That means change the entire design, the look and feel of the ad. At least this should make people click the ad, right? Right. Here also I want to emphasize one more point, right? Check the frequency, right? If the frequency is too low, maybe you can increase the frequency and check why your ads are appearing, but for some reason they're not so attentive, right? So maybe you can try this as well. Maybe you can increase the frequency, but everything seems perfect. Still, people are getting to see the ads, but they're not clicking. So it's definitely to do with your ad copy. If your ad copy is not well, then change your entire creative, right? At least this should solve the problem. And meanwhile, you can just keep a track on the frequency part. You can find the frequency when you come to delivery. When you come to delivery, here you can find something called as frequency, right? So you just keep a track of it, because one person is served 2 times. Maybe in those 2 times, he might not definitely be so excited to click on your ad, right? So that's exactly why you have to make sure that your ad is very, very attractive. That's why you need to make sure that you put those text in the ad that will compel people to click on the ad. So don't just think, Prashant, just because I'm running my campaign, just because my ads are served, people will click and people will come to my site and buy. No, that's not going to happen. You have to address their pain point. You have to make sure that you talk to them. You have to, you have to hit on that very point that will compel them to click on your ad eventually and then come to the site and buy. Right. And the last one that I would recommend you here is the third one. Okay. Right. If this is also not working, then change the targeting. Right. You might be targeting the wrong audience, or audience that might not work for your business. So what you can do here you may try with a new audience in a duplicate ad set, right? This should solve. So the whole point I want to show is you make sure your ad is right, and the text is right. So let me write this: your text is right, your creative is right, and you're targeting the right audience, right? So that's also very, very important, right? And if you want to go a little deeper, maybe you can go check the placements as well, placements, to understand where the ads were served, right? For some businesses, the feeds alone work, but Facebook has got a lot of placements, right? You can show ads in Instagram, you can show ads in stories, you can show ads in the desktop feed, you can show ads in mobile feed, you can show ads to the right side, you can show ads in the videos, right? So again, check, right? So, but most importantly, what I would recommend you is, if you want to run your ads in the news feed. I have seen extremely good results when I was targeting newsfeed. Other targeting of other placements I generally don't prefer. So whenever I create my campaign, I only check newsfeeds and run my campaigns on newsfeeds. Right. So this is what you're supposed to do when you're not getting impressions, right? So make sure, it might be something wrong with the ad text, it might be something wrong with the creative itself. Your creative is not that appealing, right? Or you're targeting the wrong audience. When all three are right, definitely people will click. Now, once this is done, you'll go to the fourth problem. The fourth one is, I am getting clicks, but I am not getting conversions. How do you check this? Check the conversion rate metric. Check the conversion rate metric. What is conversion rate metric? Number of conversions by clicks multiplied by 100. So if you're getting clicks but you're not getting conversion, that's a definite problem, because you're spending money but you're not getting returns from that money. So you have to make sure you don't just serve your ad. That means the hierarchy is this, or the structure is this. First you have to get impressions, and the motive behind every impression is to get a click, and the motive behind every click is convert. If anything is not working in your favor, then something wrong. That means you're having trouble, right? So you have to go fix them. So now you're getting impressions, you're getting clicks also, but not getting conversions. Why you're not getting conversions? I would say maybe your landing page is not right, right, or needs to be optimized, right? Now, second, your landing page is good, but the content is not convincing the user, right? You can check this with Google Analytics. So I appreciate if you are running Facebook campaigns, so make sure that you integrate analytics on your website so you can keep a track of what people do once they visit your website and the kind of behavior they exhibit. So this will help you go beyond and try and optimize campaigns for more conversions as well. Remember, ads will not convert, your text will not convert, your targeting will not convert. Eventually, when people land on my site, those people have to see that very content that will convince them, right? There's something called, the ad content and the website's content don't match at all. This means you are not maintaining that mindset of something that when he sees, he expects something to be there on this landing page when he is about to click, right? And that is not there. So you make sure that you have this match. I would say this means that you're not having, that you are the message match. Yeah, this is the right word. You're not having the right message match. The right message match. Everything is still good, my message is also good, but still I'm not getting conversions. Then you may be selling something that the users don't find interesting, or they don't need that at all. So what I would say is you work on the product, see if your product is actually solving the pain point of the users. Remember, website is for solving, not selling. Everything is good, I'm trying to solve the pain point, but still people are not buying. That means people are coming, people are saying, people click, and people come, people don't buy. So your conversion rates are not high, in fact not getting conversions at all. So in that case, you need to check if the pain point you're trying to solve is not painful enough. User. So again, when you come back to this point, you have to sit back again, start from very beginning, and understand your product well and reposition it and try again, right? See, at the end of it, you do everything, your product has to be that good that people will eventually spend money and buy your product, right? If that is not good, no matter how many ads you run, how many people you drive to website, eventually that is not going to happen. So you make sure that you work on all this stuff, right? So this is basic, for people just starting off. This is also for people who are experienced but still they're not able to increase that conversions. You have to make sure that you not just serve the ads, not just get the click, but also drive conversions. That is where you have to learn about landing page optimizations, right? That's why people get a lot of landing pages. So right, so that's one thing that you have to focus on. So if you really wanted to learn how to troubleshoot and how to run Facebook campaigns that will get you maximum results, right? You can check all these things, right? And if you're interested in learning more about Facebook and more about the entire multi-channel ad strategies, right? You want to learn high-end measurement strategies, maybe you can check out Bootcamp. We run Facebook Ads Bootcamp. We run India's first digital marketing bootcamp as well, right? With high-end measurement strategies. So much so that you learn about enhanced e-commerce tracking, which is by far the most complex topic in the world of digital marketing. Also, if you're a business man or a woman, if you have a proper business but you're not running successful Facebook campaigns and you need help, maybe you can contact us. We are a Google partner agency. We work with a lot of clients, and if you think yes, we can solve your problem, you can definitely approach us. We also have this 14-day free trial. We don't charge you for these first 14 days, but first 14 days will be something that we'll really work upon to change the entire dynamics of your site. We'll work on your landing pages, we'll work on the content strategy, and we'll even keep you a plan. If you're already running Facebook campaign, just give us access. Maybe we can come back and tell you the optimizations that you might need to run your campaigns even further, better for more conversions. Thank you so much, and I would see you in my next video. Until then, bye.